Hey buddies, so this is it. We're leaving YouTube. Not quite, but I wanted to get your attention, but no, actually, we're kind of leaving YouTube. It's been a shitty week, and here's why. On Thursday, at about 3 o'clock, right after the show, we came out, I checked my email, checked AdSense to go see how many internet monies I had made, you know, the way I pay my rent. And AdSense had sent me an email saying that we are banned from, our account has been disabled because we have a responsibility to protect AdWords advertisers, and we have recognized your account as having a risk to producing invalid activity. That meaning something like, if you guys aren't aware of, AdSense is what shows ads on people's websites, which we don't actually do. It's also what plugs into YouTube, which we do. In order to show ads on your YouTube videos, and that's how we get paid, and that's how I pay the rent of my rent and Becky's rent and Ben's rent, and it's how we eat too, and this is how we make all of our money basically. So we were disabled because, kind of minority report style, they've determined that we might produce invalid activity, like, you know, getting friends to click on our ads, buying traffic from one of those, like, you know, schemes online or something like that. Maybe putting ads on our website that might trick people into clicking them thinking they're not an advertisement or something like that. You know, stuff that we would do, you know, that type of thing. So they're pretty smart at identifying us as common criminals right away. It's like I said, it's like your employer or your boss being like, you're fired. And not because of anything you did, but because I have a feeling that you're about to start coming into work late and stealing company supplies. And by the way, your two friends are fired too, even though I don't employ them. You know, anyways, that's my rant. There's nothing I can do about it. There's an appeal process, but this, if you Google around, this kind of thing happens all the time. Google just does this. My only speculation is that it has to do with the use of ads on our website a long time ago. Like, we did use AdSense on our forums for a short time, and then we stopped using it. And some people speculate on the internet, if you have an AdSense account that basically doesn't get used on websites, sometimes they identify that as suspicious, like you're not using it enough, you might use it one day. Who knows? I don't think a human was involved in the process, but part of the questions in the appeal is, do you have a community of online people that would support you or know you personally who would want to support you by clicking your ads and stuff? And I'm like, yeah. That's the best part too. The appeal process is kind of like, what did you do wrong and what are you going to do to fix it? And it's like, I don't know what I did wrong, and it's almost kind of like a Kafka book or something, where you must, in order to get your trial, you must confess to something, but you don't know what you did, and you don't know what you're being accused of. You know, I'm really well read, so Kafka. Anyways, what does that mean? As you've seen, we have to find a way to pay the rent. We quit our jobs because of this. We have been earning solely through basically YouTube and a little bit from Twitch. And the turbos have, we don't really make profit from turbo ship. That kind of pays for turbo, plus covers show expenses like my electricity bill, equipment, stuff like that, so that the profit that we do get from YouTube actually does go into our pockets. So we have to find another way. We're going to keep on using YouTube just to put out highlight videos. That's one of the good things. I'll get to more to that later, but we have to use something else. So we've been directing people to our website, kind of like the old days, and we have Blip embeds. Now, that has been something of hot contention I've seen. There's like a sort of a dislike campaign going on our Rayman video right now. It's a little bit, I'm not gonna lie, that kind of stressed me out. I've been having, like I said, the last few days have been pretty shitty, and it sucked waking up to people in the comments, like, just saying stuff like, oh, they just want to go to fucking Blip to make more money. Well, you know, in a way, we are, because now we don't make any money on YouTube, and Blip actually pays, I can't get into specifics, you're not supposed to, but they pay less than what we were just earning on YouTube. That's part of the reason we came to YouTube, is because it started really doing well for us, and we're gonna have to make some sacrifices. We're not gonna be making as much money as we used to. It's gonna be a little bit tougher to support 3 people, but okay, back to Blip. I know that it's been not working for everybody perfectly. I want to work on that and try to make it work a little bit better. Our website, by the way, is ugly and it's not very good. It's temporary, and that's another announcement that I'll talk about in a second. It's going to do the job, and as another side benefit, we're going to finally come back to Blistered Thumbs again. We never left them, by the way. We kind of just, because we started making some decent money on YouTube, we kind of went gangbusters and just wanted to and it's a good thing I did, because over the last it's been 5 months now of producing daily content, I've been smart enough to set a lot aside, so we're not so hard up that we're going to be starving, but I've got some savings, and that's going to cushion the blow. But like I said, shifting gears, changing strategy, we got to find a way to make this keep working, because we want to do this for a long, long time. So please bear with us. We are looking into other options besides Blip. All I can encourage is that if you're having troubles with it, try to troubleshoot it, try to use different browsers. I don't know what else to say. If you're having trouble, you're having trouble, but I am looking at other options. Angry Joe I was talking to, by the way, he seems more angry about this whole situation than me. I've never seen so many caps in a Spike chat, or in a Skype chat. He was swearing a blue streak. But he recommended to me, if we're going to have to transition to something, he's been using Springboard, and he's hooking me up. He gave me a contact that I'm going to contact there. I don't know if you guys have ever used Springboard through some of that guy with the glasses. I think the Destructoid uses it. Looking into that as an option. But until this is basically how we're going to have to go forward, because even if our appeal gets accepted, which it probably won't, anecdotal evidence on the internet says that AdSense appeals never go through, which means that even if it did go through, I would not stay on YouTube. I wouldn't use YouTube as our primary source anymore. We just can't live with that axe above our head, that guilty till proven innocent, shoot first and ask questions never kind of ideal that comes with Google, a giant corporation like them, that this whole process is basically automated. I don't think a human once looked at our videos or our website. It's scary, and I think that it kind of cushioned the blow that I kind of almost saw this coming. I probably wasn't nearly as angry or stressed out as I could have been had I not steeled myself for this day a long time ago. What was I getting at? Oh yeah, so our website we're going to be concentrating on it a lot more, which is something we were going to do going forward anyways. Right now I would call what we have 2.0 of our website, kind of we used to have a forum and we switched to this WordPress-based site, but this was basically just to start accepting turbo ships and getting organizing the memberships, because we needed something, and we needed something now because people wanted to join the Turbo Club. But we are working on, I'm not going to give a real date, but sometime later this year, we're hoping for the 3.0 version of our website, which is going to be something special. Something that isn't even out there, because we're coding it from the ground up, using we're not even using PHP for you nerds out there. It's going to be sweet. And it's going to be, I'm not going to say more about it. It's going to be a big thing when I start revealing what's going to be a part of the features. So there's positives out of this, and I'm trying to find the positives in it. I'm just going to keep rolling, because this is what we do, and I'm not going to be fazed by it. I just hope that you guys can bear with us while we make maybe a slightly painful transition over. But like I said, some of the benefits that I've been talking for a long time about YouTube highlights and how you guys like those, getting those bite-sized pieces of the best parts of the episodes. That's been a plan in the works for a while, and now I'm going to expedite that, because we got to get people, they're going to be used to kind of entice you to come over to our website and watch the full playthroughs. I'm going to make an announcement about how that's going to work later and how we're going to do it a lot more often. There's a few announcements coming in the next month or two, and some of them are really going to excite you. Some of them may be something that you've been waiting for a long time, and and I can also say that it's going to be a good time to be a Turbo Club member in the coming months and year. And that, I guess, is my final point. like I said, we're not going to be making nearly as much money as we just did. I know you guys, some of you, and I wholeheartedly disagree with you, but you think that it shouldn't be about the money. It's my living. I'm a 30-year-old, almost a 30-year-old man, and someday I want to buy a house. You know, this is my career. I'm certainly not making enough to buy one, but maybe one day, and that's the goal, is to make a real money from this, just like so many of the people I grew up with in high school do. But like I said, Turbo Club is going to start becoming a bit more like a service that we provide than it is just a donation-based thing, because it's going to start being part of our profit. We've mulled it over for a long time, and this kind of was the thing that pushed it over the edge, that made it make sense. We're a small show. We'll never be a really big show, I don't think. Like, I'm not Adam Sessler. I'm not somebody who's going to pander to the audience, and I'm always going to piss people off. And people who like me, people who don't like me, hate me. And I've accepted that, and I'm not going to change. I don't have to say the same for my co-hosts. Anybody'd like them, but you know what the show's like. You either love it or you hate it, pretty much. And that's why our audience is always going to be kind of small, core audience. And I think the Turbo Club is a real way to make this a sustainable thing. Usually on the internet, you have to be big to make real money, and I don't think that's true, because as Turbo Clubbers have come out and really supported us in the past, it's proven to me that we can keep this a small show, and I kind of like that. I guess I'm done rambling. That's the announcement. More info coming about more positive things, but I'm moving on. We're going to keep on rolling. You haven't seen The Last of Us, so I guess that's it. I love you guys. See you later.